Hello students, in the previous lecture I have explained Faraday's law of induction. So what is Faraday's law of induction? You know that the magnitude of the induced EMF in a circuit is equal to time rate of change of magnetic flux through the circuit. That means E is equal to d phi by dt, means change in flux upon change in time. And the second equation is that E is equal to n d phi by dt, where n is equal to number of the turns. So these two equations are used in the examples. So today in this lecture I will explain some examples which one based on Faraday's law of induction. Just see this one, example 6.2. This example 6.2 is taken from the textbook. So first of all, what the example wants to say, that just understand, a square loop of side 10 centimeter and resistance 0.5 ohm is placed vertically in the east-west plane. A uniform magnetic field of 0.10 T means Tesla. Uniform magnetic field, that means B is equal to 0.10 Tesla, and at here resistance 0.5, that means R is equal to 0.5. Square loop of the side 10 centimeter, that means area of the square loop, you know that 10 into 10 means 100 centimeter square. So this one is the B is equal to 0.10 Tesla, is set up across the plane in the northeast direction. The magnetic field is decreased to 0 in 0.70 seconds. That means time period is 0.70 seconds, and the magnetic field is decreased to 0. That means the final magnetic field is 0. Determine the magnitude of induced EMF, means E. Calculate the E and current during this time interval, means sign. So you have to calculate actually magnitude of induced EMF means E, and the current means I. So you know that E is equal to delta phi by delta t. You know that E is equal to delta phi by delta t, and delta phi means change in flux. So final flux minus initial flux. So final flux is phi and initial flux is 0. Okay, so final flux is phi minus 0, means they actually delta phi means change in flux. Okay, now phi minus 0 and delta t means time interval. Now you know that delta t, that one is 0.70 second, means delta t is already given in the example. But first of all you have to find out phi. So how can you find out the phi? Actually the phi is equal to, equation is like that, BA cos theta, where theta is the angle between magnetic field and area. Here angle is equal to 45 degree. So BA cos theta, now B, the value of B is given, B is equal to 0.10 Tesla. So 0.1, actually B is equal to 0.1. Area, so how can you find out area? Area means area of square loop. Area of square loop, so that one is area of the square loop is 10 into 10 means 100 centimeter square. But first of all you have to convert this centimeter into meter. So 100 centimeter square means 100 multiply 10 raised to minus 2 square. So 100 into 10 raised to minus 4, and 100 into 10 raised to minus 4, that means 10 raised to minus 2. So 80 here area is equal to 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, so this one is the conversion. Now you have all the value. Now you just calculate this thing, you can easily find out. Fine. So E is equal to phi minus 0 by delta t, and phi is the this value. So just put it here. 0.1 multiply 10 raised to minus 2, that means 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, and you know that cos theta means cos 45, Actually theta is equal to 45 degree. So cos 45 is equal to 1 by root 2. So this one is 1 by root 2. Again here 1 by root 2. And delta t, that one is 0.70 seconds. So it here 0.7. Now you can easily calculate this thing using the calculator. So find out the E is equal to 1.0 millivolt. So in this example, at right now you calculate the first part, means EMF E. Now the second part is the current I. Second part is current I. Now you know that from the Ohm's law, R is equal to V by I. So I is equal to E by R. Actually, either you can say that V by R, or either you can say that E by R. Both are means E means EMF. Okay, so E by R, and the E, the value of E is 1 millivolt. Millivolt means when you convert this millivolt into volt, at that time 10 raised to minus 3 volt. So actually this one is 10 raised to minus 3 volt, because 1 millivolt is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 volt. Then delta t means time period. Okay, now but it here R is equal to resistance. The resistance is 0.5 ohm, so 0.5 ohm. Okay, now you calculate the value of I. You can easily get 2 milliampere. So in this way you can easily calculate the EMF E and I current. Okay, now the next example is this one. Next example 6.3. Okay, so first of all just see what the examples want to say. That a circular coil of radius 10 centimeter, radius is 10 centimeter, 500 tons. 500 tons means N is equal to 500. Resistance 2 ohm means R is equal to 2 ohm. Each placed with its plane perpendicular to horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field, and it is rotated about its vertical diameter through 180 degree in 0.25 seconds. Time period is given 0.25 second. Estimate. So you want to calculate this one. Estimate the magnitude of EMF. Magnitude of means E, and current induced in the coil means again I. In this example, that one is given horizontal component of Earth magnetic field at the place is 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla, means B is already given. So in the same way, which one solved in the example 6.28, here again the phi, actually EMF E is equal to delta phi by delta t, but it here just change it here n, because it here the number of the turns is the given, means n is given. So the equation is E is equal to n delta phi by delta t. Now you have already n equal to 500, so n equal to 500. Delta t means time period, so that time period is already given 0.25, again 0.25. But first of all you have to find out delta phi, and delta phi means final phi minus initial phi. So just find out initial phi and final phi. So you know that phi is equal to BA cos theta. Phi is equal to BA cos theta. Now magnetic field B, so that one is magnetic field phi is 3 into 10 raised to minus 5. So it here 3 into 10 raised to minus 5. Area. Now you know that circular coil. Area circular coil. So the area of the circular coil is pi r square. Just understand, pi r square. So this one is pi and r square. Again it here just convert this centimeter into meter. So 10 centimeter. So 10 into 10 raised to minus 2. 10 multiply 10 raised to minus 2 meter. That means answer is 10 raised to minus 1 meter. So r is equal to 10 raised to minus 1 meter. Now r square. So 10 raised to minus 1 square. 10 raised to minus 1 square. So the answer is 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, so this one is the r. Initially the theta is equal to 0 degree. So cos 0. Now you know that the value of cos 0 is 1. The value of cos 0 is 1 and pi is 3.14. So just calculate this thing. you will get 5v 3 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. WB means Weber. Actually this one is the unit of phi flux. Then after final flux, so 8 here only change that the theta value. Okay, 8 here 0 degree and 8 here 180 degree and almost same. Okay, 3 10 raised to minus 5 all are same because the same formula BA cos theta. But the cos 180 is equal to minus 1, so you will get minus 3 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Weber. So in this way you get phi b final and phi b initial. Now just means the difference between phi b final minus initial, 8 here just place, you will get 6 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. How can you get phi b final and phi b initial? The difference between this value and this value is 6 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. So you will get 3.8 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt. Okay, so this one is the EMF E, means the first part. Again the second part, I is equal to E by R. Now you have E is equal to this value, this one is the E, and R means resistance is 2 ohm. Okay, so when you put the R equal to 2 ohm and E equal to 3.8 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt, you will get the value of 5. That one is 1.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. Fine. So I hope you get these two examples. In the next lecture I will explain the remaining topics of this chapter. Fine.